Photographers, let's walk, man. Let's walk and let's talk. Walkie-talkie. I'm at the crib, man, and I just saw some feedback from another photographer, man, where, tell me what's wrong with this statement. He said, my client told me my work is not worthy of paying for. My client told me that it looks like my work is that of a hobbyist and that, what? First of all, man, let's rephrase this entire fucking conversation. That is not your client. Obviously, that is not your client. Let that be somebody else's client, bro. Trust me when I tell you. Even if they did decide to pay, they're gonna be a fucking headache. They're gonna be super picky. They're not gonna refer you out. And they're gonna just be a pain in the ass the entire process. Go find you somebody else. Let's talk about it, man.
Wait, what does you do?
I'm freelance photographer.
Groovy. What do you shoot?
Mainly people.
Like portraits?
Yeah. Yeah, I like portraits.
Let me show y'all something, man. I have been working my ass off to produce high-end portrait work for clients. But let me show you the space. And this is all you need, man. I'm at my house. Let me flip this around and show y'all, man. I ain't boasting, I ain't bragging, but this the crib, right? This the crib. Kitchen, living room, dining room, ragged ass Christmas tree, outside the toe up from the big ass dog I got. Where he at? Yep, from him. He did all that, even though I ain't gonna show it to you. Look at this space. It's distraught right now. I just had a shoot a few days ago and I ain't cleaned it up and straightened it up. But I'm just trying to be open and transparent that you don't need a lot. This was my son's bedroom. This was my son's bedroom. When I got divorced and they moved out, I turned it into a studio and I decided to capitalize on the space that I was given to come in here and create some dope ass work. A lot of times I'm using this window right here for some natural light. I just went out and bought this little bullshit kit, 2 soft boxes, this backdrop, right? And I think it came with some other shit, some strobes and flashes that I don't use. I got all my cameras set up right here. That way I can kind of go between. I got the Leica M6, Leica Q2 monochrome, a Canon AE1 from when I first got into film photography. I got the Leica M11, M11 monochrome, and the Mamiya RZ67. This is the type of work you can produce with not a lot. You don't need a lot, man. This was done in here. You know what I mean? Stop thinking that you need a lot of shit. You don't need a lot of shit. And I'm gonna post some of the work that I've been producing with this little raggedy ass setup. I think it's raggedy. And to be honest with you, a lot of times for the price that my clients are paying or that I am charging, I feel sometimes even imposturous, right? That imposter syndrome of why would somebody come in here in this setup and pay when I'm asking them to pay, right? I feel like it's not a lot. I feel like I almost feel embarrassed by it. But I also have to tell myself, it's not about the setup. It's about the output. It's about the product, the end product. Is the customer happy? Did you produce them some wall art? Did you meet and overly produce, meet and exceed? That's the word I was looking for. Sheesh, need more coffee. Did you meet and exceed their expectations of producing what it is you wanted to produce for them? Or that they wanted you to produce for them. You don't need a lot, folks. You don't. You don't. You just have to have an eye for what it is that you're trying to produce and make sure that it meets the customer's needs. That's it. Stop getting overwhelmed with thinking you need a studio. Stop getting and putting yourself in debt with going out getting a studio space and then still have nobody fucking show up. You done went and rented, bought, leased a studio space, built a studio space just to still have nobody motherfucking show up. Right? And that in itself, I know, has to be embarrassing. Now you're mad because, I gotta get the lights right in here. Hold on 1 second. But yeah, now you mad because you done built, you done paid, you done did all this shit just to have nobody show up. And you the only person in there every month holding it down. You the only person in there holding it down. Now I'm in my office, man, and it's a mess. I'm stepping over shit. I got a lot of stuff going on. My son getting ready to go in the Army. He wants me to take him shooting, so I had to get my rifle right. But photographers, stop putting yourself in debt. Stop marketing yourself to the wrong clients, or better yet, stop marketing yourself to everybody. Everybody is not your client. If a client tells you you're too expensive, cool. You're not my client. First of all, we got to stop even phrasing it as if when someone calls you and you referring to them as a client is someone that has paid you and appreciates you. Everybody else is just, at that time, a person, a potential client, a prospect, right? They're not your client. Everybody's not your client. I'm going to show you some of the work that I produced in that little unassuming, dare I say, raggedy little studio space that I have, man. You don't need a lot, folks. You don't. You just need a lot of creativity, a lot of inspiration, a lot of patience with yourself, a lot of patience with your business. Get your reps in. I've had numerous muse shot in that same space before I started bringing in paid work. And even this is what I do. If I got a high-end paying client, this is why you got to keep a muse on deck. If I got a high-end paying client and we go and we do a pre-consultation and they show me the inspiration of what they want to do, they have a couple shots in there that I can do, but I want to get better at, I call the muse. Call the muse, and they are now practice for that client, right? They are now sitting in the place of that client, and I am now visualizing and feeling like if this is the client that I am working with. This is the client, right? And I'm getting those reps in. Because the last thing I want is for the client to come sit in that seat and I feel unprepared. I want to feel like I've been there. I want to feel like I've practiced so much that the game now feels like practice. You know what I mean? But you got to get there. You got to be patient. You got to get the reps in. Enjoy the process. Slow down. You're going to get there. Life is short, but you have plenty of time to get there. Don't be in a rush to the point where you rushing yourself into debt and frustration and anxiety and depression and all those things, feeling like your work ain't good enough. If a prospect tells you you're too expensive, just say, you know what? My work isn't for everybody. My style of work isn't for everybody. I am sad that I wasn't able to meet your needs. Who do you know, though? Who do you know that would appreciate my style of work of creating high-end luxury pieces, wall art, whatever it is that you do? If it's not for you, cool. Who do you know, though? Always leave asking. That's the Army recruiter in me coming out. You're not just going to tell me no. Okay, cool. I'm sorry I couldn't help you, but who do you know that would be interested? Here's a few cards. If they take them cards and just fling them somewhere, cool. You still advertising for them because somebody's going to pick them up and look at it and say, oh, shit.